Joining me in the room podcast to talk about his next fighting opportunity taking place for Cage Titans at Cage Titans 59 on May 27th is Jake Hixenbaugh, Hitman Hixenbaugh. What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Weather's clearing up, looking great out there.
Oh
As
yeah.
far as training camp, you getting any work outside?
Oh yeah. Well, the weather's so like on and off here. Anytime it's nice out, like I'm outside doing stuff. Um,
Excellent.
but yeah, like I've enjoyed definitely every nice day. This super few that we've had so far, but it's feeling like summer today. I'm loving it. I went for a nice long run today, and yeah, it's a good Friday.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, big fight coming up for Cage Titans. Back-to-back cards that you are going to be on, man. Let's get to that last event you were on, and then we'll move on to this new one. But last event, man, your first time in that Cage Titans cage. You've been on the sidelines helping training partners in previous cards, but this was your time, man. How was the overall experience for you heading into that cage?
Um, like I love Cage Titans in terms of like the whole experience of fighting there. I liked also corner in there. Obviously, I mean corner is always fun, but like fighting is what we really do. So I was excited to really just feel that cage, feel the energy, and those fans. They give you something, man. They give you that energy like no other. Even if it's they're for me or against me, it don't matter. Like that fan base really, really, really gets you riled up.
Well, you had your own fan base there. I
Oh
know.
yeah.
I know Jake. Jake Bone took some of his people. A lot of people traveled. You all traveled together, as far as I think, in a van together. Man, how was the experience as far as your crowd in there? Was there a little war between, crowd versus crowd? Because I know Gerald is kind of a hometown guy. So how was that?
Yeah, he's right from Boston, so like I was expecting when I came in, like I honestly only heard the stuff of like um I was expecting to hear some boos right off the bat. So I was like, want like that because I honestly couldn't hear any boos. So I was like, wow. Then I hear a bunch of people cheering up in the top. I know that was my crew up there. Like a lot of people from my hometown went. They were loving it. They love to watch Jake fight. They love to watch obviously me fight too. But both of us on the same card. There's a lot of people from our gym that they couldn't miss it, and anybody that did miss it is coming to this one. So it's gonna be hopefully another nice crowd for us, and I'm excited to hear that, man. We got a support system like no other, and I'm excited to really just give them wins from both of us, and uh, you know, I love this stuff, man. So just another another holiday.
Well, that last card, I believe that was the first time that you were on the same card as Jacob
Ever,
Bowen,
yeah.
man. Your coach there, and he came away with an incredible win, man. Had that roof blowing off that place. How excited were you to get on the same card finally with Jake?
It's been a dream, man. It's been something like I remember being back 18, 19 years old, and I thought maybe one day like we could fight on the same card, but it was like more of just like a too good to be true type of situation. But one thing I did was I put my head down and I worked. I just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked until I made that dream a reality. And I want to keep making every dream a reality. So just keeping working. It's been fun to like. I'm glad that we get to do. It's more than just a one-time thing too. Like we get to fight on the same card again because I also feel like it gave him some sort of that extra little energy. He beat a world class fighter and finished him. So, in my opinion, it was 1-1 going into that third round. He you could tell like it doesn't matter if you know the guy or not, man. You love the guy when you watch him because he's such a I don't know. It's hard to explain, man. His personality, the way he fights, it's so genuine, so authentic. It's just I loved it, man. I was ecstatic watching him get that win.
Well, he wasn't the only training partner on that card. You had a guy earlier or Elvis on the day card, man, and he came away with a great win there.
Oh yeah.
So you guys were running high going into that main card of the night, man. As far as your fight, bro, very exciting fight. As far as two guys with, no losses on their record, man. Talking about that fight, you had great moments in that fight. Came away short, but overall, how'd you think about that fight and how'd you did in there?
A lot of people are saying like, it was a great fight and like they loved it and said I showed out pretty well and stuff, but obviously I don't think I did good in terms of what I can do. Um, I didn't set up my kicks with my punches, and I also chased the finish too early. And it's a big, strong guy, and I fought him a big, strong way. So I believe it was just a young mistake. It's obviously one that, like, I'm the type of guy where if I lose to somebody, I want to fight him again. So, like, just beat this guy that's in front of me, and then hopefully down the road we can get that back. But you know, I'm I'm obviously not very happy with how I performed. That's why I'm fighting again for them because I want to show them how I really am. So I can, as the guy, Hughes is definitely a guy where I can really showcase my skills everywhere. I feel like he's not intimidated by any facet of my game, which is good. And if you think you're gonna walk through me, if you think you're gonna break me, this and that, you got another thing coming. And if you really think that it's gonna be a walk in the park when it's coming to this stuff, I'm a dog man. I work with nothing but dogs, and I'm a fucking dog. And so it is what it is. I see, I see a man that has been beaten. He had his button pushed before, so let's push it again.
Well, my man, you guys helped out Mike Polver with the matchmaking because I do believe Aaron was looking for you to get a matchup. How did that come about? Was there any history between you two? Because, like I said, you have cornered in the past, and I think he might have even been on the card that you cornered. I'm not sure. But is there any, dialogue between you guys behind the scenes that got this fight going?
No, like I'm gonna be real. Like I've heard his name. Like I've heard many people's names around and stuff, but like I I didn't really know who he was that much. Like no disrespect or anything. I've heard his name like before, and he all of a sudden just like DM'd me right after my loss and commented on my Facebook post to my family and this and that. It wasn't like a shit talking like or anything. So like he's respectful. He even said like it's all respect and this and that. But you know he's came at me like he only called. I feel like he only called me out just because I lost, and he feel like he saw something in me that he can beat. I don't know why he waited till I lose to call me out, but I don't really care. It doesn't stray my confidence whatsoever. Like I just believe that I had an off night. So yeah, like he just yeah. I don't really have any words for him in terms of anything. Like I don't really know him that well. He said I was grilling him at the bar, making up some sort of thing in his head or something, or maybe I like made eye contact with him. But like Steve, man, you know me. Everybody knows me. Lars knows me. My whole team knows me. Like I'm a nice kid, man. I don't really think I give dirty looks to anybody in public. I'm just, you know, having a good time, and especially when I'm fucking drunk. Like I'm not. I don't go out there and get into street fights. I'm a nice dude, so
Well, my man, as far
yeah.
as Aaron, man, he's got a two-fight winning streak going on. I believe his last win was at Cage Titans 57. As far as seeing his game, I know you're studying film at this point, checking out what he's got. Now you know who he is as far as, getting ready for a fight. What do you see in his game, and where do you see that you could take over him in that Cage Titans cage?
Um, he's a guy that likes to get in there, close the distance really really fast. Um, and then he's gonna try to almost put the pressure on you. He's a lot better when he's putting the pressure on. A lot better when he's going forward. Um, I believe that I'm very accurate in my strikes, and I'm gonna be able to pick him off, pick him apart. It's all about sticking and moving, and he's gonna get frustrated chasing me or whatever, and then I'm gonna start, you know, taking it to him. He's gonna start backing up. He's gonna start shelling up. I'm gonna keep putting it on him until he drops. So he thinks I'm gonna go out there and just shoot, take him down. I fought a grappler last time, and I wanted to fight him in the best facet of his game. So I just like to test myself. This guy, I don't see him as a striker. I don't see him as a grappler. I don't see him as a wrestler or anything like that. I see him as a pretty well-rounded guy with holes. He goes balls to the wall. He goes fast. He goes hard, and then he makes mistakes. So just capitalize on those mistakes and you know take home the W.
Well, one thing we've seen out of Aaron, he likes to go for those guillotines. He's got a cup. He's
Oh
got
yeah.
he's got a couple of finishes in there. I know the gym you come from. Jacob is a great grappler. Won his last fight against that world class fighter with a submission win. Man, is that something that you have to be cautious, or is that something that during training camp you're going through everything anyway? Is there anything that you got to watch out from Aaron, like that guillotine, or he's got pretty good leg kicks or anything? Is there anything you're focusing on to make sure you don't make a mistake and get caught in one of those?
Yeah. I'm going against like very, very good guys, world class guys every day. So, I gotta get ready for everything and every way. Like I don't ever wanna be caught slipping. I don't think he's a guy that has nothing for me. Like I said, like he's tough. He's a physical guy. He's got good grappling. He's got some pretty good wrestling, and his strikes are good. Like I've watched some of his stuff. Uh, that guillotine, it's nice. I go with John and Jake. They have two of the best guillotines, you know, that I've seen ever. So like I can get out of I don't remember the last time I've ever been really caught in a guillotine because that's my favorite thing too. Believe it or not, I got a submission win due to a guillotine too. Half my fucking wins are guillotine. So you may just have two like guillotine wins, but it's all about where the fight goes. I think that's just where the fight went, and he just wrapped it up. He's going against a guy that just put his head there and didn't really move it, let it just fucking lock it up, and didn't fight the hands. Then he just locked up the guard. Yeah, I'm a lot more high level than that. You get your hand even close to this, I'm stopping it. I'm gonna get my body on the other side. I'll Von Fluid if I have to. You know,
Nice, my
I'm
man.
not getting caught in a guillotine.
Well, both of you young guys are very confident going in here. I mean, you have two finishes, subs. I believe, he's got a couple of subs in his wins, my man. What is a fight like this? Winning him. I would imagine you're gonna go. You talked about staying on your feet and trying to knock him out because that would look nice on your record and knock out the go with them submissions. What are you looking at in this fight as far as implementing your game? Are you looking to put him out on his feet, or does it matter to you?
At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Like, I'll stand with him. I want to show my striking off. I know I'm better than my last fight. But like I said, like my second fight, I was expected to stand with the guy a bunch, and then next thing you know, like it's all on the fly with me, man. Like I I do have like a game plan for this one in terms of like you know being smart, calm, cool, and collected coming into this, and keeping my eyes open and being sharp, rather than just running through. I'm not gonna just go out there push the pace nonstop. I'm gonna go out there, download the data, get his offense down, clip him coming in, get his respect. Once he starts getting hit, he's gonna start respecting more and more and more, and then I'm gonna start hitting more and more and more, and I'll take over and take him out.
Excellent, my man. Well, a couple more questions, bro. Heading back into the Cage Titans, Aaron has fought there as an amateur, a pro. You're going to be the outside coming in, but you did make the crowd roar the last time you were there. And as we know, Cage Titans are not all about their hometown guys. They love the guys coming back in, and Rochester is coming back in. How you feel about the second time, walking into someone else's backyard there to fight them in, they're on their turf?
I think this. I think he's more popular than Jerry was in terms of Boston, in terms of like just because of how much he's fought recently in this promotion too. I'm always expecting boos, man. Like I want it one day, I'll get it, but if I get the cheers, if I everybody loves it, I do it to make people happy. I do this like you know my whole like my reason of fighting is you know it's obviously for myself because this is the only thing I love, but you know anything with the fans, they really get me all riled up and they get me all happy to go and do this stuff. So like whether they're with me or against me, either way they're gonna be with me after this. They're gonna see what this fight has in store. They're gonna be cheering after no matter what. And I'm gonna get a beer from that one dude on Cage Titans. And yeah.
Nice. Well, we're 5 weeks out, about 5 weeks out, bro. Training camp. What is how is it right now? Full throttle right now, or does that start in a week or so?
I've been pretty full throttle right now. I'm in better shape right now than I was like cardio wise than I was even for this point in time in the last camp. Coming back from the injury last camp, so it's kind of like I kind of had a weird camp last camp, but this camp is a lot better. It's a lot more smooth. I'm feeling 100%. Um, I'm just like I'm feeling good, man. I love the good weather, man. And all that cold, it just like gets you a little bit, gets you stiff. When I'm fighting I don't think I've ever lost in the summer. So yeah,
Excellent,
that's
my man.
going all the way back. I think all my losses were like around February and November ish time. So every time I fought in June, around June time, I've finished the guy. So that's a good little fun fact.
Excellent, my man.
I
Well,
fight good this summer.
hopefully Aaron doesn't get to the air conditionings and turn them all the way up to turn them all the way down to 50 degrees or something. But but with that said, man, what do we expect to see out of you? At Cage Titans 59, we know you bring it. We know, you full throttle. You wow the crowd, and you love to take them over. But what do we expect to see from you at Cage Titans 59?
Expect to see a calm, cool, collected human being that's ready to snipe somebody. I'm ready to go out there and really just show that I'm able to hang with anybody, and this is a guy that I should really beat if I want to show that. I want to show that I can do everything in every way, and I'm not just gonna be a guy that's just gonna go balls to the wall. But at the end of the day, with the pace that my coach goes every single day, like I'm ready for that pace, that balls to the wall pace, because that's how Jake fights for 15 minutes. If y'all haven't noticed that, so I'm ready for that. I'm ready to just showcase myself, and all respect to Hughes. It's gonna be a good fight. Let's do it. You know.
Excellent, my man. Well, bro, last thing, shout outs, sponsors, social media, any last words, and I'll let you get back to the great weather and getting some work in before the 27th.
Yeah. Shout out to Sweet Heel. You guys have been my first sponsor since day one. First one to jump on the train. Uh, Shout out to Lars and Full Contact Management. You guys always been helping me. You guys have taken me in since from before I was even, you know, like I was a negative amateur, and they really took that. And I'm glad that they knew that I was gonna be something, and I was a lot better than that. I'm glad that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and also thank you to Bone MMA and Synthesis. You guys obviously have been helping me since day one. It's been my family since day one in Bones, and I really appreciate Synthesis giving me their hospitality over these past year or so. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this W.
Excellent, my man. Any social media other than I have your Instagram and your Facebook, which is under your name? Anything else out there as far as social media?
No, not that people really need to be knowing about. I got to get on Twitter. I'm sorry, guys, but sooner or later I'll get on Twitter.
That's all right, man.
Sharing funny stuff there.
Yeah, you share some good stuff, man. So people should follow you wherever you have that opportunity. So
Yeah.
with that said, man, Jake, man, always thank you for the time, man, and thank you for the shows you put on in front of the crowd, man. We'll be watching you on the 27th against a hometown guy. And seeing what goes on with that, but I know it's potential for a fight of the night between you two guys, and man, you have a great training camp, and we'll see you in about 5 weeks, my man.
Thank you, man. Have a good day.
All right, bro.